morning, everyone. Happy Friday. I guess I'd just like to start. I'm super out of sorts today. I've had family in town the last 2 weeks. I gave up my guest room. I gave up my office for a guest room. And so I don't have a place to work. My guests are in my living room, and I am now taking my calls in my laundry room. And so, I think that I just wanted to level with you because I think a lot of times the days don't go as planned, and we're dealing with a lot of other things when we're trying to get stuff done. And I think that's just life. Um, I also wanted to just say I think I'm glutton for punishment because essentially I feel like that feeling of being unseen in your job search where you're doing all of these things and you still don't feel like people can see your value. Like I struggled with that in my job search and then I figured it out and I'm doing it all over again, right? Like I'm trying to figure out marketing, and I know that what I have to offer is unique, and that I'm thinking about this differently. And I'm seeing success stories come out from clients and clients who see my value and are saying, I literally think you're the only person that could help me do this. But yet, all of my marketing, all the numbers in marketing are telling me that I'm unseen, right? When I'm spending money I'm getting a video edited, so my message can be really clear, but I'm only getting 60 impressions when I would want 10,000 impressions. So, in general, I feel like I'm going through this whole process again for my business, but I guess the gift in it is that I can relate again to how it felt in the job search. And I think the big thing, like what we're talking about today, is I had teed it up with like the discussion of how like going to the gym. I've started to work out postpartum because I'm like starting to try and get stronger. Like even just sitting in a chair was hard because my abs separated 3 times in 3 years. And so I just wanted to be able to get stronger. Even though I had lost the weight, it wasn't really about that. It was just like, let me go get stronger. And I joined a hit gym at 45 that I love. And so I started going to the gym and I wasn't losing weight and I was really frustrated, right? Like it goes back to like putting in effort, not seeing results. And so I started a new challenge and I'd done a body weight scale, which is really cool because it told me my percent of muscle, my percent of fat. And so finally, even if I wasn't seeing weight change, I could just focus on decreasing my fat, which I have a lot of. Even though I'm like a normal BMI, I just my body stored a lot of fat with pregnancy. And so yeah, like that, just seeing those indicators and not being so focused on weight was so helpful. And I think that it's the same in the job search, but also in my marketing. So like my marketing, I'm not getting impressions. I'm also obviously not connecting with people the way that they want or in a way that's valuable. And so like I need to go back and do customer discovery. Although I was in this pain point in job searching a year ago, I need to go talk to customers and figure out like where are my clients at? Like emotionally, what do they need for their job search? Why is the advice they're getting not working? Right? Like I think I've tried to pivot too much to like being like everyone else, even though I'm not, just to provide relevant content. But then people are like, you're just like everyone else. I love work at daily and that's great. And so and even just hearing you're just like everyone else, like makes me feel so bad because I know that everyone has something unique to offer, and I know that I have that, and I haven't been able to find that. And so I and articulate it. And I think that it's the same in your job search. So just like in the job search, you want to find those metrics that are actually going to make a difference. So and produce value. Like this is huge. So like applications to interviews, networking to interviews, networking conversations that went really well and you could communicate authentically to referrals, right? Like if I were to track any one metric, it would be the level of energy you feel coming out of a networking conversation. Just energy. Just like, did you have a good conversation and connect with someone on a human level? Like, not did you try and get something out of them, but like, how are you feeling about how you connected with them, about the company, and all of that? Like, if you can do that more than anything else, I think that's the number one thing to track. in terms of a predictive number to be able to connect with jobs. Because the thing is like, even once I had my boosters at companies, which were a godsend, there were a lot of roles coming up that I was interested in. And so they worked hard to help advocate for me. And maybe every 2 weeks there was a role showing up at Salesforce or ServiceNow or Atlassian, and they were reaching out to the hiring manager to connect me. So like the people that are going to end up helping you, and they're going to help you because they want to help you, and that's the type of person they are, and also because they feel connected to you. So that's like a big thing, is that they're going to help you, and then they're going to work hard for you and to try and help you. And so you have to have that connection with them when you're talking to them. Like, you have to find that connection point and enjoy the conversations. And that is one thing I love. I love talking to clients about where they're at with their layoff. And a lot of the stories are heartbreaking. And I talk to people who are in tears. I would say over half of my client calls, even today, are tears. Being laid off is so hard. It's like a mind fuck. And you're trying to like get something accomplished during that when your head isn't right, and it feels nearly impossible. And so it's really great to just be able to connect with them and to encourage them to take one step in a direction that will produce more results, and to give them a framework that I know is working for other clients. And so I think that these genuine connections, just knowing where people are at, is really key. And here's the other thing. Did you know this? I'm learning this about my business. Only 1 to 2% of people will buy at any one time. And so all of my content and my launch events and everything that I'm doing, like, what I love about what I'm doing and how I've pivoted is that I can help people along the way that will never work with me and they'll never pay to work with me. And that's totally okay. And I want to. I got this idea of doing job transformation from what I figured out after being laid off pregnant and being in a really deep, dark place, but also having built a AI tech platform for design thinking, and doing job search coaching and like resume and LinkedIn transformation pro bono for people. So like, I genuinely like it. I genuinely want to help people, and I want to help people feel more valued in their search, and that they're articulating their value in their resume, cover letter, networking conversations, interviews, all of that, right? Like, the pain I'm feeling right now in my business is really strong. It's really hard to know how much I can do and have potential clients not see that, right? And it's the same thing in a job search. And what's really cool is I have a formula that works. And I now have to figure out that formula for my own business. What is the marketing that doesn't cost $10,000 a month to help people connect with me so that I can help more people, right? Like, I won't be able to help people if I'm not making enough money to continue to put out the content and stuff that does help people. And so I think just being able to feel seen is incredible. I was working on a measurement with a client, and I will say the measurement part is still painful. It's really, really hard to bring your measurement up a level so people can look at your resume and truly understand what you did. But we finished yesterday, and I'm so excited to turn it into a LinkedIn profile and really show what my client can do. And so yeah, it's seriously my favorite part about all of this, because once you feel like you're communicating your value, you start showing up like that everywhere you are. Um, and we're going to unpack this in my masterclass one specific example. And so at the end of the masterclass, I want you all to be able to have that one thing where you're like, wow, I did that. And then feel like, wow, maybe I want to understand more of this, but I really want you to have that as a takeaway where you came in and you're like, wow, I understand my value. And so it won't be the whole thing, but it should be a part of it. All right. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone. And